like actually do that amount of damage.
Okay, so we do actually have the draft now ready this round, and G2, they're going to be up for the first pick, first ban, and, well, it's going to be that Ringo again.
I'm not too positive like why they keep banning this Ringo. Like preferably maybe they're trying to like play a bit defensive. Like they're maybe worried about a hero pick of Ringo on the other team. But I would obviously like try and pick out like a roamer or something that would make a big difference.
And, well, not exactly sure that, this was something that Snow wanted to do, but there's the Arden ban as well.
Yeah, that's just to make sure that the other team doesn't get that first pick as an Arden. But with them picking Catherine first, I'm kind of skeptical on like what kind of composition they're trying to build up here.
Well, picking a support first that's not an Arden, it kind of tells me that G2 wants to really just see what Snow goes here and then just try to get the best counter comp to that. But the problem is that Snow obviously will have that last pick potential. So I'm not entirely too sure G2's really setting themselves up nicely here, Zekun.
Probably, right? Yeah, so they left this open, which is actually very dangerous for them in the jungle.
Well, we see a lot of that in NA.
Yeah, but
this is like our favorite comp in NA. We see Fortress Kosh coming out.
That was the winning comp in NA, actually.
But at least they don't have the Ringo.
Yeah, that is true. All right, so Bacon, G2, what are their options here?
I mean, I feel like obviously with Europe, the ideology is so different. Obviously, they put a lot of emphasis onto the Arden, and now having Catherine be their second most looked at support here, as it's something we see a lot, is if Arden isn't available, a lot of times they fall back to the Catherine. Whereas in North America, you see a lot more variety in that roam position. We see Fortress being focused a lot. I mean, Catherine, I think, was our least picked.
Wow.
Roamer as
Okay. We got another Petal and a Vox. So this is a pretty interesting team composition coming out from G2. Catherine, Petal, Vox just trying to protect Petal for the early game. But it could be a little bit rough because they don't have the Arden this time around, and Petal might be jumped on early on and just explode. However, if they do make it to that mid to late game, it's going to be the same thing as last time. Vox will kite around like crazy, Petal will be untouchable, and Catherine will just stun anyone who jumps in.
So what's our last option here, Rome? I guess they're just going to tell us. It's going to be
Sky all day long. But this game, I think we're going to have to pay a good attention to Catherine. With her being able to peel back for her heroes, like it's going to be depending on her mechanical skills, her timing, and how well she pretty much sets up for Petal.
All right, so Petal, so far, 100% win. We'll have to see if G2 Kinguin can actually use that to better effect. Humanist, I mean, we've talked a lot about our opinions. Right now, Bacon's actually beating me in our predictions, but you, I think, have said Snow as well.
Yeah, I did. I mean,
I'm giving it to you, so yes.
I think Snow with this draft for me and the way they played in game one, it feels like they're going to take game two. And I'm really scared for the Petal. I'm scared for the Vox. With these mobile heroes in the Koshka Fortress, once they're on you, I mean, if you're early game, it's very scary. You can just get written right off the map.
All right, last thought here, Rome, before we jump in.
So we're going to look at the early game where Koshka and Fortress is going to make a difference. And then right when it transitions to the late game is where Sky is like farmed up, and that's when she's going to be dealing the most damage.
All right, so good luck, teams, G2 and Snow. Take it away, guys.
All right, the battle has begun. Dark Potato, Dingo, and Quinn running out onto the fold. And we'll see. Will G2 be able to take this game against Snow? Snow up one match right now. And right now, Dingo going with the early Crystal Bit. Dark Potato going with the Swift Shooter. Look at me on the other side. Just going, Light Shield. Got Sky out with Crystal Bit. And right now, the laning is going to be quite interesting.
Yeah, the lane's going to be interesting. For me, what I'm really curious is we know Koshka Fortress are going to invade the jungle. How is Dingo and Quinn going to respond to this?
So one thing about Dingo and Quinn is that they don't exactly have to fear Tasha too much. As long as Dingo is able to drop a ton of seeds early on before the fight actually happens, he'll have so much area to kite around. He'll just pump out so much damage onto both Fortress and Koshka that I feel like an invade might actually turn out poorly for the side of Snow.
If they see it coming, if they know that the invade's going to happen, there's a good chance it could go their way. If they get caught by surprise, maybe it goes the other way.
Most certainly. You can see they did start with a very defensive route in the jungle. They decided to start at the front, move their way to the back. So when Look At Me and Kentusi walk in, they have nothing to take.
Well, it's a pretty aggressive movement over here from Snow as they are kind of posturing in this middle jungle region. And now G2 Dingo is moving down, got those minions putting out a bit of damage here. And maybe we're going to see our first fight come out. Pouncy Fun is activated. Raxi with that forward barrage going out onto Quinn. And everyone's just taking a little bit of damage, but no one really wanting to fully commit to this fight just yet.
Right, and that's a little bit fortunate on the side of G2. Oh, Dingo getting jumped on right now.
Pouncy Fun, little twirly death, a lot of damage immediately. Forward barrage is there as Raxi comes down and loops her around, and he's locked on to Dingo. He'll Surrey strike out of position. Forward barrage back. Whoa! The damage coming out. First blood there going to Araxi. That was beautiful.
That was a fantastic dive. Like, Araxi just perfectly playing that, getting 2 members of G2 so incredibly low and just taking them down. That was just so well played by him. Perfect Surrey strikes, perfect forward barrages, and just landing every single skill shot I need to.
If you're a casual player watching this right now, that would just make you, like, I'd be so scared to be facing Araxi in, like, any game. Just knowing, like, you can't go under your turret. This guy's going to dive you, and he's just perfectly positioning these spells.
Right, and that was 2 minutes in. 2 minutes in, already going for the turret. Look at me, jumping onto Quinn and Dingo. However, in the lane, a little bit of fights happening.
Yeah, well, they have a pretty good advantage here, and, well, there's engagement in lane and jungle. It looks like they are going to back off. You know, Koshka was there. They were onto the Catherine. Catherine just not fully locked down. And, you know, as long as that G2 aren't getting killed off early from this, they're going to be pretty happy.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's think about G2 right now. Araxi's at 30 CS. Dark Potato, he's at 13.
Well, forward barrage onto Quinn. You got the fortress there as well, and Quinn will make it back, though. That was a pretty scary position to be in.
Right, so right now, Dingo doing okay in the jungle. He's at 9 CS. Look at me, 18, so getting doubled over there. But Dark Potato is having a very, very rough time in this lane. Vox, not the strongest early game laner, but Araxi is definitely playing this to his advantage.
Yeah, these guys are making really awesome rotations. It's really awesome to watch. And Dark Potato eating a lot of damage from that forward barrage. One more shot. Will it be? No, 2 shots. And Araxi gets another kill here in the mid lane. Doesn't care about turret damage. This guy's a monster.
Most certainly, Araxi just completely diving over and over and over again. Look at me right now, level 4 on that Koshka. Araxi level 5 already. Dark Potato still sitting at 4. Dingo still at 3. So right now, even though G2 does have a fairly decent composition early on, they're going to have a very rough time up against the Sky, Koshka, and Fortress. If they can stall out to the mid or late game, they do have a fairly solid chance. But getting to that point is going to be so rough for them. Look at me and Araxi are just so incredibly powerful right now.
And mining has begun 4 minutes into this game. We'll see who wants to go for the first gold mine. And Dingo is going to be lit up by Look At Me. Look At Me is locked onto him. Truth of the Tooth comes out. Trampoline forward, showing the mobility of that pedal. Maybe going to turn around and do a bit of kite damage there. Nah, it's just going to be going for the minion camp here with Quinn. And you just see the comp from Snow. We saw it in NA a lot, right? But they're just so mobile. They get in and out like at will.
Right, and right now the biggest story of this game is Araxi is just completely outplaying Dark Potato. Dark Potato is level 4, Araxi is level 6. This is not even close in the lane. It's a 1.8 thousand gold difference, and I think most of that is coming from this lane right now.
Yeah, I mean, over double the CS right now. Well, it was. Now 26 to the 50 of Araxi. That's just devastating.
Most certainly. And right now, do you think they're going to go for the gold mine? It is open, and all members of G2 are up, but I feel like Snow does want to take a fight right now. They have hit level 6s on multiple heroes, and there's another fight going on, maybe? Nope.
Yeah, maybe they want to try and get a kill before they actually commit to that, and Quinn is the target. They were locked on there, but Quinn will be able to make it back under turret, and with that, I don't think it's going to continue, really.
Right, and that was a very, very aggressive Surrey strike coming out from the side of Araxi. However, that does drop Catherine fairly low. She is she's about under half health. So right now, Dingo and Dark Potato are the only defenders of this gold mine if Snow decides to go and take it.
Yeah, Dingo and Look At Me are both actually doing very similar rotations through the jungle. So like anytime these engagements, that they kind of like poke at each other, and well, they'll go for the gold mine here. But if they don't really fully engage, they just rotate around, take the back camps. Yummy Catnip Frenzy comes out, and that will be an easy kill here as Catherine does go down. So Team Snow have the 3-0 advantage at 6 minutes into this game.
Right, I feel like that was a little bit unnecessary. They used Yummy Catnip Frenzy and the Death from Above on Catherine, who was probably just going to explode from the Yummy Catnip Frenzy, but that's fine. They did get the kill. They're doing some damage to the turret, and right now Araxi is kind of in danger, but he'll be just fine.
Yeah, I think Araxi just wanted to use that spell. You know, he's just itching to use that Death from Above, as any Sky player really is. A little forward barrage. Dingo eats a bit of that damage, and these guys just kind of poking at each other in mid lane. And with Goldmine picked up, they have the gold advantage. They have the kill advantage. What do you see G2 doing here in this? Oh man! Immediately just popped.
Well, I see him dying apparently, but right now, Snow just has every advantage in the game. They're almost doubling G2's gold at this point, and Dark Pale's coming in, taking Look At Me out.
Yeah, Look At Me maybe overextending. Well, maybe he did overextend just a touch. Nice pickup, and well, G2's on the board.
However, that was a really smart play by Look At Me. Even though he went down, he bought time for his team to take down a turret. So just because you're giving up your life doesn't mean it's a bad play. As long as your teammates are capitalizing on it, it's completely fine.
So that's where he said over Mike, space created, huh, guys?
Yep, space created. Totally worth. All right, Araxi has that Frostburn. 3-0-0, 79 CS on that Sky. Just doing a fantastic job of farming. He is single-handedly out-farming the side of G2.
It's insane. I mean, they said that they put a lot of faith into the Sky, and this is for good reason.
Most certainly, Fortress picking up a couple mini cannons, just making sure gold mine is always protected. And right now, I don't really know what G2 is going to be able to do. They are just need to farm up, but they have a complete late game composition. They have the Vox, they have the Petal, and those two are just not going to be able to fight at any point anytime soon.
Yeah, so if Snow come in for a fight, I think the way G2 are going to win any fight here in the early mid game is that they're going to have really good kiting out of Petal. Maybe Catherine comes in, gets the stun, allows Petal to kind of jump back and continue doing damage, let that ultimate out. As I say, there is the engagement here. Dingo eating a big chunk of damage, death from above, and Petal will go down. Dark Potato is maybe the next target. Oh, they'll move back. They're going to go ahead and get onto turret. Quinn trying to protect that turret. He doesn't want this to go down so early in the game, but Team Snow, they show no mercy as they take turret and then jump onto Quinn's face. Resonance applied from Dark Potato, but he's really just not pumping out the damage that they need right now.
And this is 8 minutes in. 5,000 gold is the advantage for Snow. This is kind of a one-sided slaughter at this point. But who knows? G2, if Snow makes some mistakes, if they go in a little bit too aggressive into some turrets, they might go down. But even then, you saw so many dives coming out early game that I don't think Snow's fearful at all.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Snow, they showed in game 1 that once they had the advantage, they were going to constantly press it. Same story here in game 2, and like you said, it's a dire situation to be in if you are G2. But, I mean, if you string together a couple of good fights, like you said, they do get scarier as this game goes on.
Right, however, Raxi is sitting at over 100 CS at the 9-minute mark. Pretty fantastic farming from his side. Double broken mist coming out. Some shields, light shields being picked up on both sides, but right now the main thing is this is a double crystal composition coming out from both sides. They will both kind of fall off, but right now, Snow is just so far ahead that it really doesn't matter.
Yeah, when we talk to these teams, some teams were, they lean towards the double crystal being an okay way to go, and others want to keep it more balanced, but it looks like it's really working out for them here.
Most certainly, and right now, Kentusi is trying to steal a few jungle camps away from the side of Team G2, and potentially successful. They have chased Dingo off. Dingo's just on the run, and right now, Araxi's just soloing 2 members of G2. Will he take him down?
My goodness! Araxi takes Catherine down in a 2v1 scenario here in the lane.
Yeah, Quinn just tried to buy a block for Dark Potato, but fell himself.
Meat shield. I
guess the carry.
Dark Potato can buy him a beer after the game. Say thanks for saving me at that one point, buddy.
Most certainly, and the turret's about to fall. 3rd turret of the game, maybe going down right here. Oh, they go in onto Dingo and Dark Potato, I mean.
Dark Potato lit up. Death from above will come through as well. And it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade.
Yeah,
2-for-1.
Araxi getting pretty low, but still surviving. The alternating current picked up by Vox, but right now, he's going to need a lot more items than just that to make any sort of changes that happen in this game.
Yeah, I think maybe he wanted that item, in a good progression to come out a couple minutes earlier, but he's getting it. They're starting to have the item progression, but they have lost. I mean, you only have crystal turrets left in this game. I'm pretty scared for G2 at this point.
Most certainly, adding insult to injury. Another 900 gold coming out from that gold miner full aside of Team Snow. It's 8-2, but the gold lead is just absolutely immense.
Yeah, this is insane. And now big items starting to come out for Team Snow. There's also minion candy picked up by Kent. And, I think that kind of signals that these guys, maybe they take a next good fight and look to just close this one out.
Yeah, I don't even think they have to wait for the Kraken. If they can get any sort of damage onto the turret, it's going to drop. Like, if G2 gets pushed back for even like 2 or 3 seconds and there's minions at their turret, Snow will just melt them.
Right. I mean, it could be one of those situations where G2 just come to do a little bit of defense, and even if they don't die, they have to go back and heal, and in those moments, you just have turrets dropping.
Most certainly, Dingo does have that Frostburn on Petal, but it's not going to be too effective against either Look At Me or Kentusi at this point. Araxi will just be able to dance around them. And Dark Potato, trying to do as much damage as he can. The wait for it will be pretty important. The sciences coming out from Quinn might actually change the course of some fights if Sky's unable to move. If she's unable to use Forward Barrage or Surrey Strike, she's a sitting duck. However, it's really important that G2 had enough damage to actually take Araxi out at that point.
Right. It basically comes down to having incredible timing or maybe just a bit of luck in these fights. Looks like there's going to be a jump forward with the Surrey Strike, and Raxi he's being so aggressive this game, but not going to catch anyone out here. And these guys, they've got him pinned into the base.
Yeah, right now, Team Snow, they have taken both minion mines. They're really looking to push this and end the game. Oh, Look At Me jumps in.
Look at me getting some damage, and he'll go ahead and move backwards as it got a little bit scary there. Oh, but the Yummy Catnip Frenzy, they've locked Dingo down. They're going to lose Goshka, Juke, or Sky getting third. That's the ace. I mean, that's it.
That was incredible. Death from Above just completely melted the side of Team G2. And Kentusi, the last person standing, but he'll be okay with that. His minions are coming in, doing a little bit of damage to the turrets, maybe, but Fortress by himself, not going to be able to do too much to knock these turrets down. Yeah,
well, he's a happy puppy, but he's all by his lonesome. So with that, he'll go ahead and move out. But that's just kind of like a moral blow if you're G2 to get knocked down so hard in your base.
I feel like that was actually a pretty good goal swing for G2. They ended so many kill streaks that, honestly, they probably gained gold out of that fight even if they went 3v2.
Such truths coming out of you.
All right, Dingo. Seeing God Piercing Shard, Dark Potato, seeing that Broken Myth, and that Alternating Current is going to be able to start doing some pretty solid damage. However, staying alive in these fights is still paramount for him.
I mean, to win these fights, do you think that they need to like maybe engage onto someone that's out of position, or are they looking to, be the counter aggressors?
So one of the big things in these fights right now is that neither Look At Me, Araxi, nor Kentusi have either Crucible or Reflex blocks. So if they are able to catch out carry, if they can take it down to a 3v2, they might still be able to take these fights.
All right, well, Snow just showing their power, flexing their muscles. They'll go ahead and clear through this jungle, absorbing all the gold off this map that they can. G2 just pinned in base. They'll go ahead and clear out these minions, and it's a tough situation. If you're a G2 player, if you're a G2 fan at this point, better wish upon a star.
Most certainly. And right now, the thing that is going for G2, though, minions are pushing to the base, and Kraken is not up yet. That'll change in a minute. Once Kraken spawns, I'm sure Snow will immediately go for it, take it down, and just try to push to end the game. But right now, let's see if G2 can get a little bit of farm while the minions are pushing towards them.
Right. So it's nice position. Maybe they can try and take...
Oh, no.
Oh,
no.
It's a disaster, possibly. Dingo... Well, I mean, I thought he was going to be caught and blown up. They do catch him eventually, but that was some sneaky plays. Dark Potato getting good damage.
Oh.
They do get Sky, and Look At Me living through this. They're going to go ahead and take Quinn down as well. This will be the ace, and maybe this is the point where they look to seal the deal out or maybe go take another objective.
Right now, the death timers are still pretty short. Dingo's coming back up in 4 seconds, so they might take one turret, but I don't think they'll be able to quite end the game quite yet. Though, the Kraken is spawning immediately after this, and that is something that G2 definitely has to fight. They do not have the damage to take it down in the Kraken along with the fishing team of Snow. So if Snow gets the Kraken, I think it's over.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'd have to agree with you on that one. Although G2, I mean, at this point, with both minion mines going the way of Snow, they can't let these minions just push down lane, right? Because you could just be losing turrets at that point as well.
Most certainly. So right now, all Snow has to do is honestly just sit in front of Kraken. They don't even have to take it. If G2 comes to defend it, the minions will win the game for them.
Right, it's just that's the threat, but they're actually just quickly taking this Kraken. So Kraken unleashed, and now Team Snow are going to be looking for blood. Oh man, they want the fight. They want to close this out. And these are the Russians, right?
Yep.
Yeah, these Russians are some happy boys, and I mean, they're going to have an amazing fight. I mean, even if you have a great fight, you have Kraken that's going to be punishing your turrets, and then, I mean, it's...
Yeah, honestly, at this point, if I were Team Snow, I'd just throw my lives at the turret. Like,
yeah.
If you die for the turret, the Kraken will finish off the Vayne.
Mm-hmm.
So it really doesn't matter how this next fight goes. G2 has to take a fight right now, like, literally this second. to make any
right.
sort of chance happen.
Well, it's starting to happen for Barrage there. They're scared of the damage, though. Look at me. Good damage coming out, and they've turned it. Well, there'll be the Fountain Regeneration. He moves back there. Now, Kraken is on the turret. They're going to have to deal with Kraken. Kraken down.
Oh.
Still about 50% HP. And 1 kill going to Skies. Catherine goes down. Dingo as well. And this is all she wrote for G2 as Team Snow take this very impressively 2-0 here in this series.
Most certainly, Team Snow is definitely